West Baltimore, there was a young man the FBI called one of the most dangerous people in the city. TTG controlled parts of the Sandtown-Winchester neighborhood. Detectives say they didn't rule by money or status, but by fear. People were scared to talk. Witnesses refused to cooperate. And whenever violence happened on the west side, one name kept coming up: Montana. He was only in his early 20s, but investigators say he held more influence on those streets than men twice his age. Baltimore police were overwhelmed and eventually asked the FBI for help. That's when federal agents launched a large investigation into TTG. They used surveillance vans, phone taps, undercover officers, and months of monitoring. And piece by piece, they connected multiple cases back to Montana's crew. Agents said TTG wasn't random. It was organized. There was structure, communication, and a clear leader. After gathering enough evidence, the FBI and Baltimore police launched coordinated raids across the city. Homes were hit early in the morning, and TTG members were arrested one by one. Montana was taken into custody without incident. In court, prosecutors described him as the leader of a violent organization that used fear to control a neighborhood. They told the jury that Montana directed the crew and that witnesses were too afraid to speak out. Montana denied being the leader, but the evidence told a different story.
Once upon a time, Montana Baronet was labeled Baltimore's #1 trigger puller, who was the leader of a violent street gang known as Train to Go, aka TTG, who authorities say operated on the west side of Baltimore in the Sandtown neighborhood between 2010 and 2017. And according to authorities, they say the gang was one of the most dangerous gangs they've seen in Baltimore in recent years, who was involved in all sorts of crimes such as drug dealing, armed robbery, shootings, witness intimidation, and if your money was right, murder for hire. And during their time on the streets, authorities believe the gang committed about 9 known murders that they know of between 2010 and 2017. And according to authorities, they believe one of the most known hits that the gang committed was a shooting that happened in July of 2015, where Tana and members of TTG traveled in 2 vans to the area of West Fayette Street, where they fired more than 50 rounds at a man named Lamont Randall, who was affiliated with a rival gang known as BFG. And according to reports, as for the result of this shooting, 3 people were killed, which included Lamont Randall, and 2 other people were wounded. It is said for federal agents that investigated the gang, they believe Tana and members of TTG was paid for this hit by a member of a gang known as YGG, which stands for Young Go-Getters. But federal agents also believe, minus Tana getting paid for this hit, they believe Tana had already wanted to get this done. After he found out from the streets Lamont Randall had greenlit him, which means Lamont Randall wanted Tana killed, which authorities believe Lamont was already acting